You know the feeling. You stare at a blank digital draft, watch the cursor blink, and listen to an internal monologue telling you you have absolutely nothing worth saying. Your hand hovers, but you pull back, never striking a key. In that moment, you diagnose the problem. You tell yourself you lack enough content, you lack mental clarity, or you simply aren't professional enough to post yet. But the real issue is a massive psychological blind spot. You are looking at your own lived experience, your daily journey, and dismissing it as entirely mundane. Because it feels normal to you, you assume it holds zero value for anyone else. Because your journey feels incomplete, you freeze, and that self-imposed silence stops any chance of human connection before it even has the opportunity to begin. Call it the pedestal trap. It is the assumption that you must occupy a position of absolute, unassailable expertise before you are allowed to open your mouth. So you wait. You endlessly delay hitting publish, holding out for a magical future Tuesday where you suddenly wake up feeling completely certain and perfectly articulate. A day that, of course, never arrives. Staying quiet feels safe. It temporarily shields you from judgment. But the actual, mechanical result of that perceived safety is total isolation from the people you want to reach. Waiting to build a flawless, finished narrative does not protect you. It actively starves your audience of the authentic human connection they are actually seeking. Scroll through any social feed today and watch how audiences filter out highly polished corporate messaging. Viewers actively bypass the pristine and the perfect, looking instead for genuine human reality. Look at this diagram comparing two approaches. One is the perfect version. On the other side is the in-process version, openly sharing current struggles. It mirrors the messy, unresolved challenges your audience faces, serving as the primary structural bridge for deep psychological connection. Your flaws, your doubts, and your present tense confusions are not liabilities you need to hide. They are the actual mechanical ingredients required to build a compelling story. That creative paralysis we talked about earlier almost always triggers from one specific dead-end question. What should I say? Asking that question forces your brain into a defensive performance mode. It demands that you instantly generate an artificial, finished product from scratch. The way out is to replace that demand with a much gentler framework. What part of my story am I ready to share? This new question removes the burden. It replaces the pressure to perform with the simple act of observation. You just report where you are. Redefining content creation from a performance to an unfolding process establishes the mechanical clarity needed to speak consistently. The moment you abandon the need to perform, there is an immediate physical release of tension. The psychological burden lifts, and in that space, you create what is known as a dual connection. The benefits of authentic storytelling suddenly start traveling in two directions simultaneously. Inwardly, the physical act of articulating your unfinished, messy story helps you process your own thoughts. It actively clears out your internal mental confusion. Outwardly, the audience finally sees the actual person operating behind the brand. That visibility transforms passive followers into an active, invested community. Under this new paradigm, content is no longer a stressful commodity to be manufactured. It is a real-time, functioning tool for deep human connection. Your daily goal is never to say the perfect thing. Your only goal is to say something undeniably real. Stop minimizing the journey you are currently on. Step out from behind the illusion of the finished expert and let people see the process. Abandoning perfection provides the only sustainable way to live, share, and fulfill your true purpose.